All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back out to another episode of Rolls with Benefits. It's been a few weeks. We've had some stuff we've all had to take care of. So, thankfully, we got everyone here that we normally play with. And you guys ready to start?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, where's my throwback music at? Oh, come on. Where is it? So, last that we left off, we followed an intrepid band of adventurers. A group of 4 with a very eccentric and eclectic man named... You guys know the name? Kest.
I was going to say, my brain just
you guys know the name?
Well, no, I thought you were going to say it, and I'm just like, wait, are you not telling us the answer? I was so confused.
I'll see if you guys are ready or not.
No, I kept thinking very.
I didn't study for the pop quiz.
There's a test?
Here's a test. All the time. So, last we left off, we found you guys going to the town of Venix Township, out towards the north side of the country, nestled up in some mountains. It is up there that we find a city that had quite a bit of slums ruled by what's considered an iron fist of certain individuals that work for the Onikage dynasty. The main person that you met that was supposedly running this was one by the name of Yodagern Blood Broodfist. It is there that you met and talked with her. She was a very large-set dwarf, and she had a glorious, glorious beard. And it was at this time that you 4 individuals discovered some information about the city, about where to find certain individuals to attain certain knowledge to get back Kest's daughter, who was kidnapped. It is there that Kest really, really enjoyed Warren and accepts him very much as his son-to-be.
He crashed into a tree.
And we did. He crashed into a tree, definitely.
Yeah, I did.
Such grace.
So, with that, with you staying over at the Red Doe, the day is yours. As morning comes, you wake to a large boom of explosions hitting the city. And so with that, the time is now yours. It is morning time, and you have all been jogged awake by a very loud boom.
What I would do.
Yeah, what are we
So
gonna
a random
do?
situation, we just hear a boom. I'll probably just kind of sit up and look around, or I don't know if I'll ever just kind of keep my head out and see if there's anyone running around the halls.
Pretty dead. You hear some commotion outside, but the Red Doe seems very quiet.
I'll just kind of make my way downstairs, look out the front door and see if I can see what's happening.
As you look out the front door, you kind of look to your left, not seeing a lot. You see people kind of running down the street. So you're like, oh, kind of step out a little to see, and you see smoke coming from the front gate. And you see soldiers now hurrying out of the barracks across the street, making their way down the city in lines. Lots of yelling, shouting of orders. And then from behind you, you hear, what happened? And then you kind of see a face out of your peripheral right over your shoulder.
I don't know. I heard a boom.
A boom. I do like myself a big boom sometimes.
Right, then why didn't you go check it out?
Me check it out? No, too trivial a matter for my Glorious excellence. How about you go check it out?
You're the one who said you like a boom.
I'll give you a gold piece. And he kind of holds it up and like starts running it through his fingers and kind of.
No. Running towards an explosion for a singular gold piece.
This one kind of, how about 2? And he starts running 2 through his fingers.
And 2 copper pieces.
Where's Warren at?
Warren!
I was just going to say,
Shady!
Warren would have made his way down the stairs, just seeing Ophelia and Kess just like talking to each other, staring out the door. They're just staring at the door, right?
They're
Just
kind of
looking
out the door.
Okay. Was that a tree? Sounded like a tree.
At this point, Kess turns around and goes, "Ah, my friend. Would you go see what that was for a shiny piece?"
Okay.
Kind of snaps up in his finger and sends it over to you. What are you two doing?
I can't imagine, given how he grew up, this would have jogged him like straight up. He probably would have woken up and going, So after a couple minutes, Greg's probably gotten up now. And it's too early.
I probably would have headed downstairs, not super quick.
So, yeah.
Before him, but after Warren.
You kind of catch the tail end of the conversation and see lovely gold piece fly through the air to Warren.
I make my way out the door and I just go, woo!
And then he gets lost.
Oh, so
Goodbye, small child.
Kess kind of looks at you and goes, "I knew you had it in you, but you missed out on 2 gold pieces."
going for the gold pieces. I'm going to make sure he doesn't die.
That would put a damper on our relationship.
And whose? His and yours, or yours and your daughter's?
Mine and yours, actually.
Great. And I'll just start walking after him.
I feel like at this point, Greg's probably like half dressed and making his way to like the lobby area. Seeing him run off and then her begrudgingly run off.
Fall after.
Just head down. Just, God damn.
I feel like Ophelia's on the side, like child leash.
Pretty much.
But the thing is, it'd be a normal leash because he's a druid. He's like,
Just have him
no,
wild shaped
or
into a
that,
dog.
no.
No.
Yeah, you just need to stay wild shaped as a dog and just have him, stay.
Like, what? No. No.
Leave it. Leave it.
It's a spray bottle. Bad Warren. Bad.
Bad.
Where are they going?
Only works when he's in feline shapes.
They're going to go look at the boom. Where the boom came from.
Why are we talking like a child? Just call it an explosion.
Sorry, I'm talking about the boom. Explosion, yes. They are investigating the source of the explosion. Warren ran off. Ophelia naturally followed.
Why are they running toward an explosion?
Varric kind of turns around. "I know, right? Why would you do that?"
I mean, that's just, there's gonna be commotion and guards everywhere. I don't want to deal with guards. Can't imagine they look too kindly on a bunch of random foreigners.
Unless we help out, and then they trust us. Or they accuse us of being the ones that made the explosion.
Regardless, I'm hungry.
Split the party.
Yeah. It's not like we're in a dungeon right now, so. If they aren't back in 10 minutes, we'll find them.
Unfortunately, I think honestly I would also stay. So
They're just like, breakfast? Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
find out about it later.
You guys kind of head into the main hall where you know breakfast is being served. You guys kind of make your way in. They got some rice porridges, among other things. Some meats. You know, just some good classic cuisine. You two, on the other hand, begin making your way down, and Warren's moving pretty fast. Are you going to try to keep up with him?
Yeah. Begrudgingly, yes, I will just just follow after him.
So Warren, what are you doing?
So I'm going towards the giant billowing pillar of smoke, and I'm personally hoping it's a bonfire with a giant tree.
Okay. So I
It's not-
expect you to be maybe skipping.
No, he's just like quickly making his face.
Usually when there's an explosion, it's not a good thing that people run towards.
What's an explosion?
That thing that made the boom.
At this point, the guy looks next to you and goes, "Well, Sonny, an explosion is something that we all enjoy. It is beautiful, destructive, amazing power. It also makes shiny.
Is there a tree?
What's left of trees, sometimes.
No, I'm asking you right now as the DM. Warren doesn't see a tree
There are actually no trees on the side of the streets here.
because Warren was hoping he'd see a tree. If there's no tree, then
He's just talking to a tree.
then now he's just disappointed that there's just smoke and things on fire.
Yeah, so you kind of make your way down towards the gate. Ophelia following decently close behind. And you kind of push your way to the front of the crowd. Everyone's a bit taller than you here. And you somehow push your way up to the front of the crowd and go, you see what looks like the bridge you came in on. Smoke billowing from it and people throwing water onto it. You see the wood is cracked, splintered, among other things. And you see at one point it looks to be a metal beam poking up from the bottom of the bridge. On the other side of the bridge, there are some trees.
Yeah, but if it's a big boom, it's a tree that's not. Not there's no tree, it's just a bridge. It's on fire. So bad.
I think we have a different idea of what than other people would have.
Well, yeah, usually when there's a big boom, that means trees falling down.
Very weird where you come from, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Never mind, let's go back.
At this point, the guy next to you kind of looks at you. I have a question for you. He's wearing like a toga thing, and he's kind of like, the tree falls in the forest when no one's around. Does it make a boom?
Probably.
How would you know if you're not there? Exactly. And you see him kind of pick up a booklet and he starts writing into it.
Okay, bye.
Erin's just like, you're weird. And I'll follow him back.
Do you make it back slowly or quickly?
I'm just a normal pace, just on my way back in the second tree. See a cool tree. See if there's anything cool that happens to the tree.
Do trees often fall where you're from?
No, but when a tree does fall down, that means we can use it for stuff.
It's like using every part of an animal.
Yeah,
Or-
it make it sound like it's a big exciting thing that happens often.
Well, it doesn't always happen, and when it does, it's really cool.
Alright. I guess I just don't understand.
Plus, I can use the different things.
Can't you just cut down a branch or two and use those to kind of things?
Yeah, but when it's a lot of wood, you can use it for a lot.
Alright.
So you guys make your way back up and kind of get back to the Red Doe. You see sitting on the rocking chair is that same old lady. She kind of just nods towards you.
That's good.
You guys head in. Kind of make your way over to the breakfast hall. And
Is Kess still there? Just be like,
you see Kest with a pipe in his hand, a spoon in the other, and you see him just...
Smoking that rice porridge, man.
someone or something blew up the was it the entrance we came? There's only the one entrance, right?
Yes.
Someone blew up the entrance bridge to the city. No, it wasn't a tree.
Well, that might cause a problem. A lot more guards. You know, there's a lot of shady folk here. Like, the people I talked to when we first came in, they were very shady. Yeah. Well, either way, we got stuff to do today, don't we?
Was the chapel that we were gonna go kind of stake out and see? Was it by the bridge or away from the bridge?
Away from the bridge.
Okay.
We were gonna go meet up with the one guy.
Oh, James?
James, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Friend and his hussy of an axe.
And I got a card from the woman I fought in the pit last night with directions to find the rising sun. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, yes, the rising sun. So, I guess if it doesn't work out with James, I sort of have directions.
Sounds like we have two leads that are better than a random church building.
Yeah, they'll probably be able to tell us where to find not rising sun. Which one's the not rising sun one? In the back.
The crescent.
Thank you. There's names. So many names. When, I don't remember, when did you, because you made the plans with him, when did you say you were going to meet him back there?
Things.
Yes, I do, because I don't write it down unless she's involved in it.
I don't know. Probably.
Well, it seemed like he worked at that bar.
Yeah, like a
The tavern.
He was a bouncer.
Just go find him there.
You definitely said just to meet him there in the morning.
Okay, I was thinking morning. Is just like the first thing.
I did write it down. My
Have I
bad.
already explained how my notes are just a mishmash of useless?
That
Like,
he can't read anyway.
exactly. That I have like no comprehension of.
So, you guys finish breakfast? You're gonna head out down there?
Yeah.
Which, whatever it's called. Striking Witch Lodge.
Yep,
Patting
striking.
my belly after eating a lot of meat and rice.
Good stuff. So you guys kind of get done eating, get everything together you need, and kind of all head out. As you step out, you see every 10 feet is a pair of guards. And as you guys begin making your way down to the Striking Witch Lodge, you get to a point and you see a kind of the defined line between this slums and the upper part of the city. You see a rows of soldiers blocking entry and blocking exit to and from there. And you can kind of see farther down the main gate, and you see what looks like makeshift barricades being put up, and lots of soldiers, arrowmen, or archers, up on top of the walls, and quite more presence of guards than normal. You, as well as you kind of make your way closer, you start hearing shouting, and you hear what sounds like people yelling at the guards. And go ahead and make perception checks, please.
9.
12.
14.
1.
Okay, so my 12 and 14, you guys are just kind of trying to figure out what's going on a little bit, and you hear, "We want our rights!" and you hear another lady go, You can't do this to us. Our children need it. And you just hear a bunch of phrases very similar to that. And you start seeing rocks, bottles, and other things thrown at these guards who now have their shields up. And you see now they're kind of forming a front. You see guards with shields in front and some holding them over them. Very much like a turtle box defense. What are you guys doing? The Striking Witch Lodge is on your side, thankfully.
Continuing that way. I mean, unless we need to pass a checkpoint, I don't see any reason of getting involved right now.
Unless someone points it out to me, I don't notice, so I'll just be heading towards the lodge. My net one, I noticed nothing.
You look down like, oh, there's blood on my boots now.
Yeah. Leave it for now and head into the lodge.
As you kind of begin making your way into the lodge, you kind of see coming out the door, you see James in all of his large stature and very gentle kindness, kind of looks at you and goes, Hey, it's my friends!
Hello, James.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Doing good.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I just had a tankard of beer.
You know what's going on right here?
I heard the bridge blew up, and now they aren't letting people come to and from, and they say it was somebody from the slums, maybe terrorists.
Well, I mean, we already have plans right now. We need to go meet up with your employers. Is there any reason we would need to go past the blockade?
Yeah, but it's okay. I have a secret way.
Good man.
And he kind of, if you'll follow me. Kind of, you make your way into the Striking Witch Lodge. Not a lot of people in there at all. You see kind of the bartender kind of just leaning over, cleaning the same glass, just a dirty, dirty rag. He's just kind of sitting there. Kind of looks at James, and James kind of goes, and he kind of just nods, kind of a sigh from him. And he takes you down to the back behind the bartender, and he kind of opens up a trap door that leads down underneath. He goes, All right, if you'll follow me.
Follow.
Yeah, so you guys make your way down. It looks like a wine cellar, beer cellar, whatever you want to call it, down there. And you see it looks like a hole in the ground. Or after he lifts up a trapdoor, a hole in the ground. He goes, All right, make sure you have torches.
What does it smell like when he opens the hole?
It smells rancid.
That's what I was afraid of.
It smells like alcohol light up.
I'm just gonna cast light on my warhammer.
He kind of looks, he goes, Oh, that's all we'll need. That's very bright. Oh, can you teach me that? He kind of goes, Oh. Okay, let's go.
I have dark vision.
Hey, but if it's pitch black, it doesn't matter.
There is
Dark
no
vision.
So James kind of hops in first, and you hear just a splash. You guys follow?
Yeah, I've been in worse.
That's gross.
As you
Too bad for the cat having to take a bath afterwards.
as you jump down Urag,
Mhm.
you feel your boots land in like muck.
You wish that was mine.
And as you kind of hit it, you get this overwhelming stench of shit. So you can kind of imagine what you stepped in.
Come on in, guys. The water's fine.
So you guys all head in one by one, and you guys eventually all get into there. And you see James just kind of Oh, you're all here. Okay. If you'll follow me.
Just
So you guys begin kind of following James down these winding corridors made out of, looks like cobblestone bricks, circular all around. And it looks like this one's a little smaller as you make out to a larger one. You're like, all right, we take a left here, and you see him take a right. He just keeps on walking.
Jeez, lift is that way.
No, it's not. You see him kind of
I was just about to say that, James. Here's a tip.
looks and he goes, we're supposed to go right.
Okay.
I was just gonna follow him anyway. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he says; it's what he does. Really.
Yeah.
All right, keep following me. After the third tunnel, we're gonna take a left.
Okay.
Question: does he have left and right tattoo on his hands?
It's a little dark to see that. So you guys begin following him, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 past, and he turns on the 6th one. After a couple more things he says to you like that, you just kind of assume James knows where he's
He knows
going.
where he's going. He just can't count and doesn't really know which one's right and left or right.
So as he begins following, you get to a point where he kind of stops, and you see a ladder that goes up, and you see a larger hole. And he kind of goes, all right, we're here.
After you, after
I was
us.
gonna say.
Oh, yeah. I'll go up first so you don't get shot.
Okay, that would be
That's
thankful.
good.
Eager, that would probably be what needs to happen.
As he begins climbing the ladder, you hear him go, Marco. And you hear someone go, Polo. Kind of pushes it open. Hi, guys. You hear, hi, James.
I brought friends.
He's like, I brought those people I talked to you last night about. And you hear, James, we did not come to an understanding about that. He goes, I'm sorry.
I'm going to drop the light. So we're not a target.
At this point, you hear, I know you're down there, so just come on.
Okay.
At this point, you hear, is that another James?
I mean, they both like to make friends.
So you guys make your way up one by one. As you go up first, I would expect Urok, he's kind of leading the way. You kind of go up first, and the first thing you see looks to be the inside of a very large building. All around the rafters, you see people with crossbows pointing them down. And James is standing next to a lady, human lady, as well as you see next to her is standing the fighter you went against, Jasmine. You went against Ophelia. And this, as she sees you come up, she kind of leans over, and you see the other woman kind of nod.
I'm not gonna push my luck. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk up.
And as I come up, I'm gonna start just using prestidigitation and cleaning myself.
You're definitely cleaning yourself up, and within 2 minutes, you are spick and span. The rest of you feel like shit.
I covered it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have anything like that, so I'm just gonna stand there.
You do see Diego cleaning himself off.
But not licking myself.
I'm a paladin. I don't have. The only cantrip I have is because I'm an asthma, so I'm just gonna stand there awkwardly.
Okay, so you guys kind of all get to the surface here, and this lady Lana looks at you. What's your business?
We need to find the crescents, or crescent line, or whatever they're called.
At this point, she kind of looks at you. And why is that?
They have something we need.
At this point, all the crossbows are pointed at you guys.
Well, Barnaby sent us, Kest. I don't know which name I'm supposed to call him.
She kind of
Pretty
goes.
sure either is okay in front of you, correct?
Why are they all pointing those at us?
Because they don't like us, James.
As you say that, James kind of looks. He goes, "I'm James."
Sorry, Warren.
It's because he said the wrong name. We're not looking for the crescent. Well, we are looking for the crescent clan.
So we
But
are looking
not-
for you for help to find the Crescent clan so we can find his daughter. We have beef with them.
You say Kest.
Yeah.
Is that the same Kest who is got that little thin mustache?
And overly eccentric.
Oh goodness, yep.
That would be him.
Well, I assume it's his daughter you're trying to find.
And we're trying to stop their sacrifice or whatever it was.
You came at a very bad time. We had some acquaintances who may or may not have caused the commotion this morning.
Probably a little unfortunate time-wise for us, but I don't remember. Were we given a timeline as to when we thought this ritual was going to happen, the sacrifice, or we just
No
gotta have to try to
timeline.
figure it out?
So, I assume you're here for information.
We just need to find the thing, so we're not asking your help to get her back. We just are wondering if you have any information on them and we get to how to find them.
She kind of crosses her arms. I think we should probably have a talk in my office of sorts. And she kind of looks at everyone up in the rafters and just kind of nods. You see all the crossbows go down. If you'll follow me. Jasmine, if you can follow us as well. And she just kind of begins walking to a set of double doors, at least looks to lead outside. So you guys begin following her. She opens the doors, or one of the doors, and walks out into the light, and looks back to make sure you're still with her, and walks over to looks to be a smaller house of sorts, and she kind of looks at you guys and goes, "Before you come in, if you could just clean yourselves up by the water pen. Please, please."
Gladly.
Roll for a cleaning check. No.
I don't have that skill. I'm not proficient.
I don't learn that till level 3.
We're level 4, man.
Oh, that's level 6. Dang it.
He chose not to learn it, so he could learn something else.
Yeah.
I chose to learn how to card tricks instead.
Yeah. It was a feat I could have chosen, but I did ability scores instead.
So, you guys kind of clean yourself up. Diego kind of just standing by, kind of just chilling there, and she kind of walks over to you, Diego, and goes, "Very nice. I don't know how you stayed clean in that."
It takes a lot of skill.
Magic.
What was that?
What?
What?
You see her just kind of, she laughs, covers her mouth while she's laughing.
I'm using shape water to change the water colors. Turning it yellow, blue, green, red, orange.
Warren, make sure you're actually cleaning yourself and not just playing.
Oh no, I already did that. I'm just changing the color of the water because I'm just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, so about halfway through, you're changing the water, and then you start cleaning yourself again, realizing, I'm not getting anything done. So, you guys get done? She goes, "Alright, you will follow me, please." Guys, follow her into the room.
We stand to find.
You stand defiant. You guys follow her into the room. Looks to be a one-bedroom house. You see a large desk there, and you see not richly adorned at all, but very practical. A bed in the corner with looks to be some weaponry to the side of it. You see quite a few ledgers and books sitting on the desk. She kind of walks behind it and sits down, kind of straightens her back. Introductions, yes. I am Cora, the leader of the Rising Sun, as well as you might call a patriot of the city. And who are you?
I am Warren.
Okay, yeah, I was way up. He's gonna blurt it out.
Warren, you remind me of James.
Hi.
Hi. Very nice to meet you.
Urag Vildranas.
Urag, my name is Cora. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
My name's Ophelia.
Ophelia, pleasure's mine.
Diego Feline.
Diego. I once had an ex-boyfriend named Diego. Didn't like him very much.
That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, not all Diegos are equal to me.
Or cats.
She just kind of looks around, raises an eyebrow, and is like, "Okay, inflated ego." So, what exactly are you looking for?
Mostly, I think where we could maybe find them, or where, if you have any ideas, where they might be holding her to perform this ritual sacrifice.
Ritual sacrifice.
Something like that. It's what Kest thinks is going to happen, because they're trying to use her, apparently, to get our other friend who is now on the run, because they wanted, I don't know.
And if there's a sacrifice, that's usually a bad thing in general. So if we can stop that.
I mean, it depends. You know, if it's like for the greater good, then, one life is worth less than the lives of the many. I mean, you think about it, it's like, what if you're on a carriage and you have a choice to run over one person or run over 1,000? Who would you choose?
One, because it'd be less bumpy.
Exactly.
It would be less bumpy.
She kind of covers her mouth and just laughs again. And she goes, I like this one.
And aren't the Crescent part of the current regime?
They are what you might call the bruisers and operatives that work behind the scenes to maintain this quote-unquote regime.
So then, sounds like whatever they have in plan would probably be very bad for those in the lower sections of the city.
That's an understatement. We are allied with a group, as well as we have Kest, who's been aiding our supply runs and feeding us information and weapons to eventually overthrow this city and be able to maintain it. I wish you came at a better time, but if you are looking for the Crescent, we do know that they do have a base of operations, one in the city at the temple. It used to be, I guess, the goddess god that we all worship before. As well as there is an encampment farther out of the city you may have passed to no end that houses a lot of people, as well as what you would call the higher ranking ones. Either would be a good option, though I don't know which one you have better luck on.
Seeing as how exiting the city might be difficult right now.
Oh, that's easy. James can take you the same way out of the city.
Alright. I feel like the church is probably the lesser of the two. If anything, it's probably like just a smaller base of operations or like a barracks type thing.
Feel like I believe. I keep slipping into a southern accent today. I mean, I feel like it's possible that a church might be a good place to do some sort of ritual or sacrifice.
Well, yeah, but aren't they gonna be? I'm just doing this to spite. You think that all the preparations are done for the ritual? I mean, if there is one, why they're probably not just hanging around there.
Yes,
Yes, one.
Warren.
What god would they be sacrificing her to?
Probably a bad one.
But
One who doesn't like trees.
no.
That's not very easy.
Did I let you borrow my DM's manual?
What?
Did I let you borrow my DM's manual?
I can give you mine if you do.
I don't know where mine is. Actually, no, I found mine.
But if even if they're doing the ritual like at the church chapel, it's likely that since the higher ups are out at the encampment, that's where they would be holding their important sacrifice.
It'd probably be best to just monitor the chapel first in that case.
Just trying to figure out, like, we don't know a timeline. So, I mean, even if it's a lesser base of operations, maybe if they're preparing it, we can overhear something. Just maybe possibly get a timeline of how long we have for.
Well, didn't Kesk also say they needed rock girl?
They want something from a babe.
Ophelia?
No.
No,
They want something from a babe,
you bang that
which is
one
why they took his doctor to try to get her. But that didn't really work. Now she's on the run, so.
They may not know that. But this is just speculation.
We could essentially pretend we have her, I guess. Offer to be continued. I can't do sort of disguises or anything like that, but if we could maybe disguise something to look a little like a baby, if I were.
Maybe checking out the chapel first, because it doesn't seem like we would need to do much fighting, and it'd be more of a stealth operation, just observe. Whereas attacking the encampment outside, would probably need more preparation.
Is it? I don't know. Is it possible for James to show us the way we need to get there? Or do you have like a map or anything?
To the encampment?
Yes, like.
You shouldn't have just passed it on the way. It's very hard to miss. You do remember as you're coming up, you saw like slave labor, and you did see a bunch of guards and an encampment there, so you do know where it is.
But there was like, because the bridge is gone, so he's gonna show us how to get there through the tunnels.
Yes.
So, is there like a map, or do you have like directions that we can use to get there?
It's very easy. You just make your way to the road, walk down it for about an hour, and it will be on your right side. Very hard to miss. Though, I would say if you are trying to overthrow an encampment, that we may have some help for you.
More explosions.
Oh, I wonder who that helps with you guys.
It's the Van Helsing family.
Oh, come on. Do you know who it actually is?
Tina.
No.
James
Ubo.
and Jasmine.
You guys are getting closer.
It's us!
Well, obviously.
Well, yes.
No.
No, because I don't want to play two people at once. I have
Well, we're talking about a certain bard.
Miguel.
How you knew it? Mickey.
He valiantly saved himself from a pit of spikes and paralysis and being smashed.
By a mimic.
I pulled you out of the pit of spikes.
No, you definitely left him in the pit of spikes after looting his corpse.
That
that sounds more right, yeah.
that sounds more like Caleb.
How would I have looted him in the pit of spikes?
You lowered a rope with you tied to the rope. And because it was on the edge, you just reached down,
You
kind of
repelled.
pulled him and looted it all, and then had them pull you back up.
I guess that could. It's not how I remember it, but it could have been that way.
I don't remember it that way, but okay, sure, let's go with that.
I don't remember that way, but it's definitely possible.
That's one of the few things I do remember from past campaigns.
I don't like
He's like, I just don't remember leaving him down there.
You guys definitely left him down there because I made a joke that he was going to come back and haunt you all.
No, he is.
So, it just depends on what your plans are. I do know the city is getting quite a bit restless, and I wouldn't be surprised to see riots and other things begin to break out.
If riots broke out, would the people in this camp send anyone to help?
They just might. They just might. Though, there's also the chance that they'll increase security there. Though I can't see why.
We could always ambush the support that they're sending back to the city. Get them out of the way. And then later, take out the encampment.
I mean, that's all, like, if they send support to the city and not if the city sends support to them.
I mean, either way, if you kill some of those pigs, you can take their armor, or we can. And plan a little, what you might call a, like a Venix donkey or something.
Smooth there. Real smooth there, Zach.
I thought it was funny.
Proud of yourself?
I am so proud of myself.
Okay, well, that's all that matters.
I got a laugh out of it myself, and that's
That's
what
all that
matters.
matters then.
Anyway, no matter what, we need at least 2 missions. One to scope out, or like one for each one to scope it out first.
I'm still. Fuck you in your southern accent.
Y'all think
Ain't no
that?
thing.
Y'all think that? But anyway.
I mean, either way, we're gonna need to.
Need to head on down.
We'd recommend we probably start with the chapel, just because it sounds like the smaller of the two tasks.
While you do the chapel, I can send some of my scouts out to look at the encampment and keep some eye on the roads until you get back.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
Sounds perfect. Is there anything else that the information I can give? Any help?
I have one.
You ever seen these?
Yes. I pull out Sir Gregory and does any of these gems look familiar?
Again.
Specifically this one, and I point to like the main one in the pommel.
James has a very similar gem on his weapon.
This
Uh-oh.
I am conflicted now. I mean, unless I can get Sheila and have a swax.
Well, when one gem loves another
They make a geode. I'll talk to James about it.
Just don't take it from him. It's all he has left of his family.
And unfortunately, this is probably a better question. Yes, Warren.
Who's the chap belong to?
I used to belong to the Church of Lathander, but the nuns and the monks had to leave after the current regime outlawed forms of what you might call any religion. And it is now the only religion we are allowed to pray to, per se, is the called by the name of by the name. Where did it go? I about chose the god. It's called Blibdul Puplo.
Little poop. Lava-headed god, yeah.
Yeah. No, but the god Lausted. That's one of the things they worship, though. I do know that those who worship that god in particular tend to have sinister means. Most of us just now worship in secret. You don't see anyone going in and out of the temple anymore besides those operatives.
That's it.
It's very sad. Very sad. So, there is that god, and there's one other that we don't know of. That is even darker origins by some operative we caught and made talk. James can be very persuasive if he needs to. Just remember that if any of you decide to give away your locations or anything.
Definitely will keep that in mind.
Those are any other questions for me? Bless
Do we
you.
have to leave through the sewers again?
You won't be able to get to the upper part of the town, which is where the church is located. But I do believe there is. You are staying at the Red Door, I presume.
Is that right?
There is a entrance point into the basement there.
Could you? So, on the card that Jasmine gave me, is it like the rising sun symbol and then on the back was the directions to get here?
Yes.
I'm gonna just flip it over to the side with the symbol and just. Do you think you could put the directions to get to the red door through the sewers on this one?
I'm sorry, but the secrets of the sewers stay with only a few. And considering James was found down there after his family was killed, he knows them very well. And I don't even know them.
So, to get back here, then, we'll be coming above ground, I guess.
You can, or
Find James.
I can send James with you.
Is James very stealthy?
He has his moments, though I would suggest keeping him a little bit back. I would assume your man in big armor here also needs to stay some back.
I am. I'm like a shadow.
That's what they call the other deity that we're trying to figure out.
I mean, I wear chains, so I'm not super stealthy yet, but.
So does that
No
mean
one can see you if they're
me
all
and the road are the only people who aren't wearing chainmail and go shake, shake, shake whenever we walk?
The other two of us are paladins.
Seems like a you problem.
You have the two healers go away. Well, the squishy and squishy are gone.
What do you mean, squishy?
Well, it's sort of the bear. Or,
Oh,
not the bear.
Turning into a bear.
Circle of the moon. Wow, my brain is like not here today.
I also have a request for you. And she kind of reaches down and pulls out a different card. It looks like sketches on it, and you see what looks like a tower on it. And it says the Obsidian Tower. And she kind of goes, if you can find any information on this, kind of hands it over to you with your other card. This one's more like tarot-sized card. if you can find anything about this, I would appreciate the knowledge in return for our services.
Would any of us have any idea
Yeah.
what this is before?
Make a history check for you, not for you. Remind me your class.
Paladin.
Go ahead and make one as well.
Natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
19.
So far, I rolled a nat 1 and a nat
19.
20 tonight, you guys.
Congratulations.
19.
So, Ophelia, you recall learning something about this, though the details are very hazy. You do know this, in particular, has something to do with dark magic. And when I say dark magic, I mean the foulest, the most profane, the worst of the worst dark magic.
With the obsidian tower.
Yes. And the word, the shadow, does come to your mind. As for you, kind of same thing. You kind of, you just remember the word, the shadow, comes to your mind.
Is there any reason you want to know about the obsidian tower?
Let's just say that we are interested on the same.
Good to know. Are they located here? Or
We took it off of the informant that we had, that we turned to our side. Well, they didn't last very long.
well, I heard a few things about them. Not really from anywhere near here, so I guess I'm just trying to put some pieces together.
That is my request of you, and I will send James with you. We do have a few others who can navigate the sewers, and I'll keep them under my charge. Just know you find the largest sewer system, the largest, I guess what you call tunnel. You follow that right out. On either end, you will find a way out of the city.
Thank you.
Along you head down.
No idea what that means.
Downhill.
That's good if I knew.
Anything else?
Don't think I have any other questions.
Yeah, I don't have anything else either.
So, with that, you guys do make your way back into the sewers. Where are you guys deciding to head to right now?
Presumably the chapel, just get it done.
Yeah. It's still pretty early in the day, right?
It definitely is.
So I'd say we just try to go get it over with. See if we can find anything.
At the very least, know where it is.
And I mean, if no one's there, then probably come back another time. But if there is people there, see if we can kind of stick out for a little bit, and then we get time to plan for going the other way.
Well, is there an exit near there, or do we need to go back to either?
I don't know.
Okay. Which would be closer, the Red Doe or the Striking Witch?
They're about same-ish. You both have to go to the other side of the city.
Okay.
That's more up by the top of the mountain part.
Let's go to the, can you lead us to the Red Doe?
Yeah, I can do that. The old lady there, me and her are friends. She's very kind. Though don't get on her bad side. She has lots of tattoos. scary when she's mad. Her tattoos are with black ink.
She could probably whack you with her pipe too.
What does? Do you also have a tattoo? So were tattoos a symbol of something?
So in the city, tattoos are very in this nation, I guess. All around I've been, tattoos are bad. Only those who are working with the underground get them.
Interesting. Right.
Yeah. So if you see someone with a tattoo, you have to be careful.
Y'all think James anyway.
I mean, either way, we're gonna need to.
Need to head on down.
We'd recommend we probably start with the chapel, just because it sounds like the smaller of the two.
While you do the chapel, I can send some of my scouts out to look at the encampment and keep some eye on the roads until you get back.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Sounds perfect. Is there anything else that the information I can give? Any help?
I have one.
You ever seen these?
Yes. I pull out Sir Gregory and do any of these gems look familiar?
Again.
Specifically this one, and I point to like the main one in pommel.
James has a very similar gem on his weapon.
This
Uh-oh.
I am conflicted now. I mean, unless I can get Sheila and have a swax.
Well, when one gem loves another.
They make a geode. I'll talk to James about it.
Just don't take it from him. It's all he has left of his family.
And unfortunately, this is probably a better question. Yes, Warren.
Who's the chapel belong to?
I used to belong to the Church of Lathander, but the nuns and the monks had to leave after the current regime outlawed all forms of what you might call any religion. And it is now the only religion we are allowed to pray to, per se, is the god by the name of where did it go? I about chose the god that's called Blibdul Puplo.
Blibdul Poop. Love-headed god, yeah.
Yeah. No, but the god Lausted. And it's one of the things they worship, though. I do know that those who worship that god in particular tend to have sinister means. Most of us just now worship in secret. You don't see anyone going in and out of the temple anymore besides those operatives.
That's it.
It's very sad. Very sad. So, there is that god, and there's one other that we don't know of. That is even darker origins by some operative we caught and made talk. James can be very persuasive if he needs to. Just remember that if any of you decide to give away near locations or anything.
Definitely will keep that in mind.
Good. Those there any other questions for me? Bless
Do we
you.
have to leave through the sewers again?
You won't be able to get to the upper part of the town, which is where the church is located. But I do believe you are staying at the Red Door, I presume.
Is that right?
There is a entrance point into the basement there.
Okay. Could you... So, on the card that Jasmine gave me, is it like the rising sun symbol and then on the back was the directions to get here?
Yes.
I'm gonna just flip it over to the side of the symbol and just... do you think you could put the directions to get to the red door through the sewers on this one?
I'm sorry, but the secrets of the sewers stay with only a few. And considering James was found down there after his family was killed, he knows them very well. And I don't even know them.
So, to get back here then, we'll be coming above ground, I guess. Well, we can find
You can, or
James.
I can send James with you.
Okay. Is James very stealthy?
He has his moments, though I would suggest keeping him a little bit back. I would assume your man in big armor here also needs to stay some back.
I am. I'm like a shadow.
That's what they call the other deity that we're trying to figure out.
I mean, I wear chains, so I'm not super stealthy yet,
So does that
No
mean
one can see you if they're all.
me and the road are the only people who aren't wearing chainmail and go shake, shake, shake whenever we walk?
but the other two of us are paladins.
Seems more like a you problem.
Yeah, have the two healers go away. Well, the squishy and the squishy are gone.
What do you mean, squishy?
Yeah.
Well, so does the bear. Or
Oh,
not the bear.
Turning into a bear.
Circle of the moon. Wow, my brain is like not here today.
I also have a request for you. And she kind of reaches down and pulls out a different card. It looks have sketches on it, and you see what looks like a tower on it. And it says the Obsidian Tower. And she kind of goes, if you can find any information on this, kind of hands it over to you with your other card. This one's more like tarot-sized card. If you can find anything about this, I would appreciate the knowledge in return for our services.
Would any of us have any idea
Yeah.
what this is before?
Make a history check for you, not for you. Remind me your class.
Paladin.
Go ahead and make one as well.
Natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
19.
So far, I rolled a nat 1 and a nat
19.
20 tonight, you guys.
19.
So, Ophelia, you recall learning something about this, though the details are very hazy. You do know this, in particular, has something to do with dark magic. And when I say dark magic, I mean the foulest, the most profane, the worst of the worst dark magic.
With the Obsidian Tower.
Yes. And the word, the shadow, does come to your mind. As for you, kind of same thing. You kind of, you just remember the word, the shadow, comes to your mind.
Is there any reason you want to know about the Obsidian Tower?
Let's just say that we are interested on the same.
Alright. Good to know. Are they located here? Or
We took it off of the informant that we had, that we turned to our side. Though they didn't last very long.
well, I heard a few things about them really from anywhere near here, so I guess I'm just trying to put some pieces together.
That is my request of you, and I will send James with you. We do have a few others who can navigate the sewers, and I'll keep them under my charge. Just know you find the largest sewer system, the largest, I guess what you call tunnel. You follow that right out. On either end, you will find a way out of the city. Along you head down.
No idea what that means.
Downhill.
Let's go defend you.
Anything else?
Don't think I have any other questions.
Yeah, I don't have anything else either.
So, with that, you guys do make your way back into the sewers. Where are you guys deciding to head to right
So leave the chapel just to get it done.
Yeah. It's still pretty early in the day, right?
now? It definitely is.
So I'd say we just try to go get it over with. See if we can find anything.
At the very least, know where it is.
And I mean, if no one's there, then probably come back another time. But if there is people there, see if we can kind of stick it out for a little bit, and then we get time to plan for going the other way.
Well, is there an exit near there, or do we need to go back to either?
I don't know.
Okay. Which would be closer, the Red Doe or the Striking Witch?
They're about same-ish. Yeah, both have to go to the other side of the city.
Okay.
That's more up by the top of the mountain part.
Let's go to the. Can you lead us to the Red Doe?
Yeah, I could do that. The old lady there, me and her are friends. She's very kind. Though don't get on her bad side. She has lots of tattoos. She's scary when she's mad. Her tattoos are with black ink.
She could probably whack you with her pipe too.
What does? Or you also have a tattoo. So are tattoos a symbol of something?
So in the city, tattoos are very in this nation, I guess. All around I've been, tattoos are bad. Only those who are working with the underground get them.
Interesting. Right.
Yeah. So if you see someone with a tattoo, you have to be careful.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yup. Alright, let's go to the Red Doe.
We're friends. We don't need to be too careful around you.
He kind of looks at you and just kind of
Wow.
pats you on the back really hard and goes, I like having new friends.
He pats Warren.
No, I'm saying he pats
yeah, I
you
know.
and go right down to the legitimate shit.
Yeah. I'm a big boy. I can handle it.
So is he. So I guess we make our way back there.
Yeah.
I'll just follow James.
You guys make your way out, make your way back, and you get to a spot where there's another ladder. And he begins climbing it. And as you're getting here, there's a lot of, looks like fog or steam in the air, quite moist. And as you kind of come up, you begin hitting water. You realize there's water falling right there. It's kind of washing everything off, though not well. And you have to hold your breath a little while you're going up the ladder. It takes a little effort. And as you do this, you kind of come up and you realize there's a little kind of stream coming out of the back of the Red Doe. It looks like it goes into a baths area that no one is in currently. The water is very warm and nice.
Bats. glass. I'm immediately gonna wash off. It's not a fan. Not a fan.
We climb up into the bathroom and just immediately see some guy's dick.
Ah!
It's just whipped out right there for all to see.
He's just spread out. He's like, oh, hey.
Just
So, just go right back down.
nope. Sewers are better.
It's like, I'm gonna be in this turtle, I'll see ya.
So, you guys make your way out. I assume you guys are all cleaning yourselves off.
Yes.
Are you cleaning yourself with water or prestidigitation? So, you guys all being cleaning off. You see, as well, he's starting to clean off as well. Just kind of. And James finally gets all cleaned up and stuff, and kind of looks at you guys and goes, "All right, we can go from here."
Thank you.
With that, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Sorry, we're actually going to end early tonight. Some of us have work, and other of us really need sleep because COVID, I guess. But not really. I just like using that excuse for everything. So yeah, guys, we will catch you again in like 2 weeks. We will get back into this campaign, and you guys will see what our group of intrepid adventurers are going to do.
We still don't have a name for it.
No.
I know, it's really disappointing. I'm about to just throw you guys in an arena and make you come up with one.
I mean, I'm surprised you haven't done that already. I mean, fuck.
It's not been the most prevalent thing on our minds.
I'm just saying, I gave you guys a fight ring and everything to fight in when you guys were on the Fortress of Innocence, and
I mean, you thought.
Yeah. 2 out of the 4 people that are here right now fought. Fighting one of the other PCs, one of the other players. And, yeah, sad day for Happy Alistair.
he got so wrecked. Wrecked. All right, guys.
First from a bear, and then getting freaking baseball batted.
So, guys, we will
Really
catch you guys
shitty
later
minds.
again. Thank you for watching. We will be back in like that 2-week period. So, love you guys. Stay frosty and enjoy life.
Have a good night.